Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory be to the Most High Power Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah B'chak Kodash B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem, B'chak Kodash. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Akwath of the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just want to go into a quick video entitled Life versus Death, War into Peace, aka the Kingdom of Heaven. As we come into this realm, the war, we are born into a battlefield, versus Satan. And the physical manifestation of Satan is the so-called white man. So everyone don't really understand the true meaning of existence. It's to war until we can have that peace. And I forgot to put this precept down as well. Let's see. Yeah, Micah 2:10 says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction." So we in this life, we're not here to rest, because how can you rest, in a place that's chaotic, and as they call it, what a cold world, right? Tough, it's a cold world. There's no love here, and we're not in our natural, we're not in our homeland. So when you're at peace, you're at rest. But there's nothing peaceful about this society here in Babylon the Great, aka America, and even throughout the four corners, because it's wickedness everywhere. Men doing as they want, and it's nothing but mass wickedness, of pedophilia, homosexuality, and adultery, rampant, right? So we'll start here. We'll go the book of Sirach, chapter 25, and verse 21. It says, "Stumble not." Oh, Slacky, that's not the right verse I wanted. Oh, 24. Oh yeah, "Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die." You see, and when was that? In the very beginning, in the beginning period, of man living with the wisdom from the Most High, Adam. That's why he breathed into the nostrils of Adam, and that's that spirit, the Ruach Kodash, that teaches and quickeneth the spirit and teach you all things. And Eve was beguiled by the serpent. Through Eve came the sin. Was the where the sin came into it, because she came and persuaded Adam, and then Adam, being the head, he took he would take he would be held accountable for that, but the woman received pains in her childbearing after that because of it, right? And so that's when sin came into the world, through Eve. And so when you look around today, you see nothing but evil, wicked women, and it's mass confusion because the woman is thoroughly out of her natural place in life. There's an hierarchy. Let me see. Go ahead and get that real quick. Lord willing, let's see. Say 11. Yes. So 1 Corinthians 11:3. "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is Yahweh." So where on earth today do you see women playing the supporting role and letting their man, not that they have, not in pride, but that how what women sit back and let their men be the men and make all of the decisions and be a masculine, firm, strong head of the house. You don't see that, and it's chiefly with these wicked so-called these black women. They're not Israelite women. They're living as black women as heathen, you know, and all the women follow her lead, and she has a lot of blood on her hands for all the wickedness that she's done. That's why it's a culture of Section 8 and welfare and child support, because the black woman is doing everything Esau tells her to do to get the man out the house, receive all these benefits, or leave the man and do whatever you want, and that I can do bad all by myself, and I don't need a man, and you're not my dad, you don't own me. All these retarded, remedial, reprobate philosophies from the serpent, from the garden. That's Eve and the serpent all over again, because Eve is a so-called would be a so-called black woman if you've seen her today, and the serpent is the spirit of the serpent. It was a man, and that's the same spirit from the serpent that's in the so-called white man today. So when you get Revelations 12 and 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, you see, that dragon is the Roman Empire revised America, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. So why, if that serpent was a literal snake slithering around that stood up on his belly and talked, and animal talking to a reptile talking to the woman Eve, stupid wicked Christianity would make you think, then how's this dragon reference to the serpent reference to a dragon? And continuing on, it says, called the devil and Satan, who which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So this old serpent, this is that this is a man that's graduated from being a serpent in his earlier days to a full-blown dragon. Dragons fly, right? So the depiction of a dragon flies through the air, right? So the dragon in the skies, that's the goes to their military might, and they full grown in their wickedness now, and their full absolute strength and deceiving and wickedness. And it's called the devil because devil means slanderer. That's why it's devil and Satan, because look, devil right there, diablos. And then the word for Satan is satanos in the Greek. So it's two different words. Satan and devil. Satan and the devil are two different entities. See, prone to slanderous, accusing falsely. And how does that happen? Through the so-called white man's media, chiefly, and through the movies and everything. Because every role, always painting a brother in a evil light, and he's the hero, right? There was the Marvel Avengers movies and X-Men and all that comic book madness, which he's taken from the scriptures about the spiritual powers. Because we're the true, Superman and X-Men. And a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, metaphor applied to a man. See, the devil is applied to a man. It's a metaphor, like people that know about hip hop, metaphors and similes, But the devil is a metaphor. It's a way to explain who this man is, who a particular man. That's the so-called white man. A metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of Yahweh, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Now he is the devil, and then he side, and the spiritual demon Satan is the one has the law of sin, and that's the flesh appeals to that. Do as you want, do as thou wilt, giving in to the flesh, the everlasting chains of darkness. And so the so-called white man pushes everything, the vibration of Satan. So that's what that's going into, So this is war, a spiritual battlefield. We're not here to, we're not in our rest, but everyone after the American dream, right? but they're realizing that this dream is actually a nightmare, because this is not, the dream is to be in the kingdom of heaven. We seek a new world a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? A new world. Let's see. Just wanted to get this one right quick. Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And that's the devil pushing Satan's philosophies. Against powers, that's the so-called, that's the Illuminati, so-called white race that rules the earth in the shadows. Against the rulers of darkness of this world. Against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see, the high places, the average so-called white man can't do anything, can't institute any laws, can't control them. He doesn't control the money, but that's his brothers that rule in high places, So we're wrestling. So when you're wrestling, that's not rest, right? You're not resting when you're wrestling. you're in a fight. You're in a war, right? In a battle. So we're in the era of death, and death will lose ultimately, but we're striving for life every day. So, we just have to keep on fighting this perpetual war into that peace, that infinite peace in the kingdom of heaven. People don't need to get that into their understanding, because only the elect will get it. But people don't understand this, and they'll fight you tooth and nail to defend the serpent, the so-called white man. Let's see. We'll get Isaiah 25 and verse 8. He will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, hath spoken it. And what's that rebuke of his people? The rebuke of the Israelites. We go by all these different evil proverbs and bywords, a part of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 that cleaves to us right now. And the Most High is going to take the curses off of us, and the curses are going to cleave to the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and the heathen will be in servitude for eternity, but they'll be in peace because we'll be ruling in righteousness and not in the chaos and wickedness that Esau does right now. That's why the Most High is going to beat their swords into plowshares, meaning it's going to be peace and agriculture and just order and structure, because there's no order and structure now. It's just go after the bag, right, and do as thou wilt, and by any means necessary. No, that's not how the kingdom of heaven is going to be run. It's going to be a hierarchy. It's going to be structure, because anyone knows that a business can't thrive unless it has systems installed in place. The so-called white man knows that. He wants his businesses to be run like a well-oiled machine with structure and with systems in place, so he can maximize his profits, right? But he doesn't want to do that with society, because he doesn't care about society. He only cares about getting his money, and that's it. But the way a society is run is through a system and a structure of the commandments, and that's the system and order and hierarchy in which the society will run at a smooth pace, right? And it'll be a flourishing, very highly profitable society. And that's how through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's seed, all nations will be blessed. People don't understand what that means, when it says through Abraham, all nations will be blessed. Because in Isaac was a seed called, and then Jacob, the Most High love, and Esau he hates. Romans 9:13. But read that whole chapter for context. So verse 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. So who pulled the wool over our eyes? and made us believe in the American dream and that so-called Jesus. That's just not his name. It's Yahushua. Is the Messiah. No, and he said who was the evil, the so-called black race, and Latins, as Native American Indians, that they're the problem. That's the covering cast over all the people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. That's that whore that sitteth upon many waters, aka many nations. And then verse 8 follows up saying he will swallow up death and victory, because the person that did that in verse 7, so-called white race, they're death. And they're going to be swallowed up in victory because, firstly, these fleshly bodies, we're going to transition into those spiritual bodies. And then the old world that we know is going to be destroyed, the heathen rulership, and then perpetual peace. Then the rest will come after that. And that covering cast, what's that, Job 9:24? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And that's that covering, and then they put the covering over everybody's eyes this way. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. And the judges is the Most High, Yahushua, and the angels observe everything through the chariots. That's why he put the label of UFOs and now UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, because he's covering up everything. He's here to Esau's job. His mission is to cover up and hide everything that the Most High, the truth of the Most High, Yahushua, the angels, and the Israelites on earth. The extension, the physical nation extension of the Most High and the earth are the Israelites. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So if he didn't do it, then what nation on earth covered the true color of the Most High, the Messiah, angels, and the Israelites? Who's done that? No one done that but Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's why he's the deceiver, the slanderer, the deceiver the Bible speaks of, the devil the Bible speaks of. No other nation has done that but him. There's a lot of blood on his hands. Revelations 21:4. And Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Because we're in mourning. We're in the house of mourning right now. Anyone in the house of mirth is not wise. That's where the fools are, in the house of joy and mirth. There's nothing wrong with, unwinding sometimes and just, having a little downtime, enjoying some music, and wine and whatnot. But we're not here to live it up and to live our best life, We're here in mourning and we're understanding through the Holy Scriptures. But that's a gift the Most High bless those to understand that we must choose mourning and understand where we're at in existence. We're not here to celebrate. We're here to go through our punishment and keep our head down and be content, because it's not about being rich and thriving in Satan's Titanic. And we know the end of the Titanic, right? But it's to suffer for a season, for a perpetual, happiness and wealth and rest. Living as the Most High intended from the beginning. So we'll get Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So 2 different nations. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And that's why when you see, when there's no, when Esau doesn't have everything fixed in his favor, when the playing field is level, in sports and, in academic, fields, we thrive and we always outshine because we're stronger than them, than the so-called white race. And the elders shall serve the younger, because Esau came out first. So he's the older, with twins, the twin that comes out first is the older brother. So the elder Jacob, the elder, which was Esau, that came out first. He's going to serve the younger brother, which is Jacob, aka Israel, the Israelites. So, because when we were in the womb, when we entered into this realm, we entered this realm first, and how in the womb, the Most High put into a woman from the husband's seed, and so as soon as we came into the womb, the war began with Jacob and Esau. The war began with Esau. We had to fight him. We would fight him in the womb. So this is and Jacob represents the nation of life, and Esau on the left hand side represents the nation of death. So let's see Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. No, verse 5. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he makes everyone think, through his Roman Catholic Church, and all wicked denominations came from that, Christianity and everything in America today. Baptists, all that madness. And Christianity. And Christianity is the strongest child of the Roman Catholicism, because that has a stronghold on our people. So that's that Roman Catholic Church is that wicked root that follows the false prophet. And Revelation is going to get thrown in the lake of fire. The Pope and all of these wicked denominations and people that lead, that's deceived. The Most High says what? The deceived and the deceiver are His. So everything is of the Most High, even the people that's deceiving, and the people that's being deceived. So he is a proud man. That's Esau Edom. He is the most proud man in the earth. Neither keepeth at home, because why? He's always in everybody's lands. That's why he goes by so many different nationalities, but they're the same people. Russia, South African. Kind of messes that, South African. That's not even their land. And the European, French, Swedish. You know what I'm saying? That shit is madness. They're the same wicked people. Because it's the spirit, not the landmass, to make your nationality, It's the spirit, it's the bloodline. But he don't want people, he keeps people stupid and dumbed down, and not understanding is about bloodlines, which makes up the personalities and the spirits of the people, and not not a landmass. And they create different cultures within those land masses to try to make it seem like they're different nations. They're all the same wicked nations. All right, continuing on. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. They're the nation of death, and cannot be satisfied, because death is always receiving bodies in the grave daily, right? And that's he can't stop destroying. He doesn't have enough. He's not content. The Most High speaks about being content and satiated, but he's insatiable. He has an insatiable appetite, and he's never content. He's never satisfied. That's why the little hats that they support are going into war, because they want to take more resources, because they never can have enough, and they're wicked. But gathereth unto him all nations, and that's taking all people and deceiving them, pulling the covering cast over all the nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's why this is the great melting pot that they love to broadcast and brag about and boast about, right? So that's how that is. That's what that's about. And so it's life versus death. Real quick, Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Esau, the so-called white man, that's why he has these archery games, He's a man of the field. He loved being in the field from the beginning. A man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. See, because the commandments put you at peace and rest. And so Jacob, he was a plain man. You get that word plain, perfect, complete, and was perfect. The law, statutes, and commandments. And when you get this breakdown right here, it says, whole, upright. So what's upright? The commandments. And Esau, his spirit is upside down and twisted. It says always in a moral sense. See, the nation of morals and values. A peculiar uses, it says right here, let's continue right down there. Jacob was an upright man, dwelling in tents, where appears to indicate the milder and placid disposition of Jacob. So placid means, like they say, Lake Placid, very calm, relaxed, pure lake, as opposed to the more ferocious character of Esau. See, that's a savage. Ferocious, ferocity, the savage, rampant Esau, the Edomites. And that's their spirit. They're very ferocious, very savage, And so Jacob, that shows the contrast of life and death, because what brings peace? The commandments. That's why Jacob, he was chilling, he kept the commandments and he was relaxing, and then he's content and he cool. But a man in the field, he just running around being a wild man. So let's get Psalms 37 and 37. This is why, and this is what brings peace. Psalms 37 and 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. That's going into Jacob. He was upright, right? We just read that. For the end of that man is peace. So what's perfect? Let's get Psalms 19 and 7. The law of the Lord Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai is sure, making wise the simple. So the law of the Most High is perfect. So that shows you that Esau did not keep the commandments. So if you don't keep the commandments, then you're going to die. And that means that you're the nation of death if you say the law's done away with. If you come up with religion, false religion, saying the laws are done away with. Proverbs 7 and 2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. So the nation of life are the descendants of Jacob, the Israelites. Jacob's name changed to Israel, the Israelites. And then Esau, Edom, he's the nation of death because he does not keep the commandments and he teaches not to, and that is done away with. So this is war and a battle until the Messiah returns to usher in that infinite peace, because the end of those people that's keeping the commandments to the best of their abilities and having the faith first and foremost will receive that covering and sanctifying of Yahweh's blood and receive that infinite peace through that through that salvation, that transitioning from the fleshly bodies to that spiritual body, and within that twinkling of an eye. So go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, as we read in Job 9:24, and Jacob is the beginning, and Esau knows this because we followed him, his rulership, during when the Romans fell in 300 AD. We were the reason why they fell, and that's why the Roman Empire had got split into the Eastern and the Western Empire. The Eastern Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, was known as the Holy Roman Empire. Why? Because because the Holy Nation, we were running things. We got up in there and we were running things on the Roman side. We were going off because Constantine ended up merging paganism with the Bible. And then it was the Western Roman Empire, which was they had their language was Latin. That was the wicked Edomites, until they fell completely in 300 AD. And then it was known as the Byzantine Empire of Constantine that started it, right? When he merged paganism with the Holy Scriptures. And then Roman Catholicism began around that time. And we ruled for 1,000 years, but we were going off, And we followed the Roman Empire ruling through the Byzantine Empire and through what we was ruling Europe. As King James was the last so-called black king of Scotland in Europe. And he was the one that had commissioned the about approximately 44 Hebrew and Greek speaking translators to translate the ancient text of the Holy Scriptures into the King James Version Bible in 1611 that had the Apocrypha that we're reading out of right now. That's in it. If you go to Amazon.com You can get a King James Apocrypha included Bible. KJV 1611 has these books in it. The devil came and took out the Apocrypha, took out those books and called it the Apocrypha. Apocrypha means hidden books. That's the devil when he came out that little season to deceive the nations for a season, and the people are deceived now. They lost and confused and proud. So right here, verse 10, the hand of man, that means the fate of mankind. The fate of mankind is betwixt, which means between the heel and the hand. Of the question Esdras asked thou not. See the heel, because when Esau came out of the womb first, Jacob grabbed the heel of Esau and the hand of Jacob. So the fate of mankind is between Esau's oppressive, brutal, hammering rulership, destroying the nations, and the hand of Jacob. And the hand represents a helping hand, because we're going to show the people the way through the Most High power of Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh Shai leading the way, installing righteousness in the earth for eternity. So it's a battle and war, because right now the heel, Esau, he's telling everyone to do as they want. And it's a battle, spiritual battle for us to fight that and not give in to that flesh. Spiritual war, spiritual battle. So the book of Ecclesiasticus 33 and verse 12. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out their places. Esau is going to be desolate. You see, the sanctified nation, the Israelites, and chiefly the elect in these last days. And then those that are cursed are the Edomites, the so-called white race. Isaiah 34 and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. That's the thermonuclear missiles. And behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. See, that's the people that Most High curse. Idumea. And he'd be like, what is Idumea? Who is that? Idumea, right there, see? Edom, that's like the Greek translation from Edom. That's one word right there. They put that in the Old Testament, that's the kind of, this is the Esau. Let's just show you, he's always changing or trying to modify his name, But the white man, so-called white man, did not translate these scriptures. But we have Idumea right here, which means Edom. That was a derivative Greek form into the English of Idumea, of Edom. See, the Edomites, red, because they're not white, they're red, They don't have melanin in it, so you can see their blood. They're different shades of like reddish pink. So when you get that, let's see, hold up, get Matthew to show who the Edomites are, to link it all together. Verse 1, it says, now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. So in the days of Herod is, was a Roman, right? Herod, so-called Herod, right? It says, the name of a royal family that flourished among the Jews in the time of Mashiach and the apostles. Herod was the son of Antipater of Idumea. You see? Idumea. He's the son of So Herod, the so-called great, was the son of Antipater of Idumea. So he was, Antipater is an Idumean, aka Edomite. That's how you tie it together. He come from Idumea, which is the land of Edom. So they're labeled and they're listed in the Holy Scriptures. You just have to be able to process it, and diligently seek the Most High, and these things will be revealed through the Holy Spirit. And just pray and hope the Most High reveal and open it up to your eyes to be able to see it. So Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 33:13, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best. You see, the Most High is the potter, and we're clay vessels, and the Most High made one vessel to be cursed. That vessel represents a nation, the Edomites. They are cursed, and then the exalted, sanctified nation are the Israelites, because they received, the Most High blessed them with the covenant, blessed us with the covenant. It says, good is set against evil. Real quick. That goes into Romans as well, 9 verse, I think, 21. Verse 21, hath not the potter power over the clay? So the Most High has the full, complete power over all mankind. So whatever Esau is doing, the Most High is allowing it, and Esau can't just do whatever he wants. The Most High controls everything, and if you're reserved for protection, then that vessel of dishonor cannot harm you, aka the Edomites, so-called white race. Hath not the potter power over the clay, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? That's that vessels of that clay of the sanctified clay and the cursed clay. We just read in Sirach. Verse 22, what if Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? The vessels of wrath fitted for destruction is the son of perdition, the son of destruction, the Edomites. That's why he can sin so much and not get judged, because it's for a season. The Most High letting them build up in wealth and military might, and the Most High, when he just wipes them out very easily, then everyone's going to know who's the true power, because everyone thinks that Esau Edom is the power. They look at him as God, and their foolishness. Verse 23, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy. Those are the Israelites, because he's punishing us right now, but he's going to have mercy. We're the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared into glory. Even us, whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. So people say, see, look, all people can be saved. No, dumb. That's the Gentiles of the Israelites we were Gentiles over here in America, living as Americans, as black African American. We were Gentiles till we awakened to the truth. We were living as heathen, but now we are found. We were living dead. Now we're alive. We're actually living, because we had the Holy Spirit that quickened us to awaken us back to the truth. Verse 25, that's why verse 25 puts it in the proper context. As he saith also in OC, that's Hosea. Hosea is the prophet Hosea in the Old Testament. OC. See, Hosea, salvation. The well-known Hebrew prophet, the son of Beri, and contemporary with Isaiah. He was living around the same day. Both Hosea and Isaiah were alive at the same time when they were writing the prophecies. So, that's Hosea. This is going into the Israelites that became Gentiles. It says, as he said also in OC, I will call these my people, them my people, which were not my people. Because the Most High had turned his back on us for a while, because we had went off and were wicked. And her beloved, which was not her beloved. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. And that's spoken of in Hosea. Because we lost our nationality. In Jeremiah 17:4, we will be discontinued from our heritage. We forgot who we were. I'm trying to find Hosea, man. Where is that? Man, I'm tripping. Dang, there we go. Hosea 1 and verse 9. Then said Yahweh, call his name Lo-Ami, for you are not my people, and I will not be your power. See, I will not be your power because who was in the Old Testament, who was the Most High the power of? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the power of the Israelites. He said, I'm not going to be your power anymore. So that Romans 9, Paul is quoting the Old Testament of the Israelites. Those Gentiles are Israelites. It's not hard to understand. And I will not be your power. Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, over here in America and throughout the four corners of the earth, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. We are awakening back to the truth now. So this is all about the Israelites. So Sirach 33 and verse 14 again says, good is said against evil. Good is said against evil. So what is good? The commandments of the Most High. Let's get that. Romans 7 and 12, I believe. Let's see. Where's Romans? I'm looking at all this. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. So that's the nation. That's the good nation. The nation that was blessed with the commandments, the good commandments. And that makes that nation a good nation. So good is set against evil. So the Israelites are set against the Edomites, the so-called white race that pushes everything of Satan. And life against death. See, that's life versus death. The Israelites versus the Edomites. And mankind follows whoever is in rulership and power from that battle. So is the godly against the sinner. The Israelites versus the Edomites. And then, we can sin as well within Israel. That's why we are suffering right now. But the godly nation are the Israelites because of the commandments, not because of us, and not because of anything that we've done special, but because the Most High chose us and cleansed us. And so is the godly against the sinner, the Edomites, and the sinner against the godly. Let's see. Psalms 1 and 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. All the laws are done away with, right? Christianity, the plantation Christianity from the so-called white man. Nor standeth in the way of sinners, those are the Edomites chiefly. Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Scorning to the Edomites. And then also we have the sellouts of our people that are of their father the devil, John 8:44. Because the wicked Pharisees, the modern pastors today, they're in bed with the Romans and they're told what to think and what to teach. And that's why they teach the laws are done away with. And so their father the devil, and their wicked philosophies that they push from the Edomites. So don't sit in the seat of, don't sit with the ungodly. So verse 15. Look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. See, in existence is everything is there's two. So that two and one against another, that two and two represents spiritual versus the flesh, because there's always something at oppose that there's two sets, male and female, the righteous nation and the wicked nation. And when you look into the heavens, what you have to have the sun by day and the moon by night. So there's two and two. And then you have, and within our vessels, we have it's the spirit, and then versus the flesh. So that's existence is. So life versus death right now. That's that two and two. Life, and the counter to life is death. But death is going to be swallowed up in victory, as we read, right? That's why, right now it's perpetual war until perpetual peace, infinite peace in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be warring until the Messiah returns. That's why we desperately need the Messiah to return to free us from this body of sin and from this death, and the war will be over with once we get into those spiritual bodies. and that'll be our rest for eternity in the kingdom of heaven. So with that being said, hope this video was edifying. The water to B'Chak Wadash B'Hashem Yahushua for another video. Until the next video, I say, Shalom.